Hello everyone, my name is Siddharth Joshi and today I will talk about the internal developer platform. So currently this has been a new buzzword in a DevOps space, but already like some of the major giants have adopted this platform a couple of years back, like Netflix, Amazon, Google, and they adopted this platform very well. So today we'll discuss about IDP concepts, their benefits, like how we can adopt it. So yeah, let's move to the next slide. So before moving to the like our agenda, let me introduce myself first. So I have around 11 years of IT experience. Currently, I'm working as a DevOps and the platform engineering tech lead for the Nagaro Private Limited for the one of the BU. And I would love to talk about the DevOps, DevSecOps, cloud engineering parts, and the digital transformations. And yes, we can connect through the LinkedIn, and I have just mentioned my mail ID. If you have any questions, any recommendations about my presentations, just you can ping me and mail me on the channel. So today is our agendas look like we will start to understand about the challenges, mostly that comes over on the scaling the DevOps part. Then we will understand about the IDP concept, then how the IDP work as a concept model, then how we can adopt the IDP, like what are the different ways we can adopt the IDP part, and then about the critical factors that we need to be think before choose the IDP platforms, and then of course the that benefits. What are the different benefits we have on that? So you can understand like I will start my conversations with the why IDP comes into the picture. So it's simple. Whenever we start face any difficulty, we started look for the solutions, right? So same when well in the early stages when the products and the teams are the limited, the standard approach of DevOps engineering is to help them improve their productivity, their quality, consistencies. But when we scale the number of teams and the products, the value gained through the DevOps began to the hit the walls and adoption of the advanced DevOps also start declining. So you can see here in the templates, with the early stages, we have a limited number of the platforms, teams, and the products. But when we started to adopt in the DevOps at the enterprise levels, of course, the tool complexities is also increases because we have a number of tools in the enterprise DevOps. And when we start to scaling more and more on that, you will feel somewhere that you will have some issues related to the delay to time to market. Your the increase in the releases will be increases, the innovations would be less, the operational cost would be the high. So to overcome for this issue, the platform engineering evaluation has been started. Enterprise teams look for the platform engineering. So platform engineering is like a big umbrella where we have things like the internet developer platform, self-service portal. So I'm not going through the platform engineering part. But today we will more discuss about the IDP and the high and how the IDP will solve these issues when we face to scale our DevOps in that. So first, let me introduce what is an IDP. So IDP is a layer on the top of a tech and the tooling engineering team. So when I talk about in the layman terms, this is a platform basically which is developed by the engineering teams for the developers to configure, deploy, and spin up the application infrastructures, like without depending on the ops team. So it is a self-service layer on the top of an engineering teams, their existing tech toolings. So, and any organizations can create and IDP with the help of that existing tooling. So it is based on their requirements, like what kind of a IDP they want to set up and like create on. So, and the main motive behind the IDP is to enable the self-service for the developer. So, mostly this platform is for the developers, so we can at least ease the issues and their onboarding processes, and to give the self-service layer for the developers. Because you can see there are a lot of the pain points when the developers started to work on any projects. They look to like look for some kind of starting on the onboarding processes. So they face the multiple challenges. So according to the Gartner, IDP should address some core needs. So we have here, you can see here, it is divided into the three parts, like discover and create, integrate and deploy, and operate and improve. So in the next slide we will more talk about this. So before moving to the next slide, just I want to say about the self-service portal. So self-service portal is for the developers only, where the developers can uh, do the self-service with the boilerplate templates, where in the discover and the create phase, we have a different kind of templates that the ops team will provide to the developers first, and developers can use that boilerplates and then like create a projects, and basically they start to look and work on it, where the integrate and deploy is basically where we can integrate the all existing tools in the form of CI/CD, Terraforms, and the other tools related to the monitorings and other tracking tools. You can do it same in the operate and improve, where we can monitor the applications in the same ecosystems at the central level. So overall, this concept is basically to provide a centralized platforms to the developers. They can also do the self-service things, and they have a one-stop solutions for the everything. Now, I'm talk about the feature blocks for the ideal self-service portal. Now, the Gartner has basically defined the needs in the three major blocks. Like we have a discover and create, the integrate and deploy, and the operate and improve. So you can see here in the discover and create, there are the different things comes into that phase, like boilerplate templates that we discuss about right now. There is a IDP and the development workspaces, integrations with the tooling teams tools. Like we have a different kind of catalog. So catalog is something where we can track our software components at the central levels. Then we have documentation. So it could be the track documents, like because when we do the start to work on any projects. So the one more thing that we need to be work on, it's like parallelly the documentation side, and here we need to put more efforts on the documentation. So like parallelly we can keep the track of all the documentation as a tech talks in at the catalogs, and we have a developer experience for the APIs. Same in the integrate and deploys, we have things like a CI/CD toolings that we can integrate at the platforms level. So suppose we have different project teams are working on the different tools like Jenkins, GitHub, Azure DevOps. So we can integrate that all tools at the same ecosystem, and we can differentiate that tooling for their different software components. Like suppose one software component is used by one project, so they can see the Azure DevOps integrated with that software component part, and other teams can see the Jenkins is integrated to that software component. Now we have other things like the infrastructures, automations, immutable infrastructures that mostly we create, manage it. The environment managements, like we have a different kind of environments, webhooks, so it comes under the integrate and deploy. And the last, of course, the monitorings and observability part, security and compliance, configuration management. So cost utilization. So mostly the engineering managers, they have need to track the how much cloud cost has been utilized. So we can track all these things at the same ecosystem. So there would be only the single platform for the for all the purposes, basically. Yeah, so now the next is like, what are the different pain points that IDP solve? Like, of course, because this is the one of the pretty important aspects. If you are using the IDP, first it should solve your business requirement first. So first is about the lack of developer experience. So mostly though mostly the currently challenges in the organizations are that there is no developer experience kind of portal where developers can easily onboard it and manage their requirements. They can track their activities, like how much kind of different components they have created, and like what are the pipelines they integrated with that components. Is it pass or fail? So they should track. Even the engineering managers, architects should manage all the components and their activities for the developers at the ecosystems. So they really need some kind of a developer experience portal. So of course, IDP provides that self-service kind of UI platforms. And right now in the markets, there are the different platforms available. We'll talk about that, how we can adopt the IDP. But yeah, right now you have a choice that you can build your platforms with your way. The second is about the developer dependencies. Mostly now in the today's time, there would be a single DevOps and the ops teams who manage and who works within a um, multiple development teams, right? So developers have, like, if they need to create a single VM on the cloud platform, so they need to go with the ops channel. They need to raise a request, then they need to track that request every time, and they need to wait for the ops team to create that VM, basically. So of course, IDP solves that issues. Like IDP provide the boilerplate templates that we discuss about, and by using the self-service thing, developer can use the templates and they can easily create the infrastructures. They can easily create the environments with the help of that self-service portal. The third one is the basically about the lack of standardization in the process. Because when we talk about the enterprise DevOps, of course there are the number of tools, the number of systems, number of applications. So IDP has to enforce the to make standardizations by design. So you can manage the access controls on that platforms. You can improve the developer experience, and of course the developer productivity is also increases. So this is not the pain point, not just limited with only with developers, but the other stakeholders like the engineering managers, architects, and organizations can get the benefit with the help of IDP. And of course, about the developers, mostly like right now, we have a number of tools. So developers are expected to understand the end-to-end tool chains. Even if they just need to update a single environment variable, they need to do it. So here the UI-based experience to all the developers can easily create and manage the infrastructure resources with the baseline templates. So it just easily help the developers, and they can manage the all software components at the same ecosystem. Okay, so these are some kind of a pain points that the okay. So now just talk about the concept model, like how the IDP work as in the concept model. So basically, like this is the single platforms for the everything, right? You as we see that we can manage the documentations, we can have the boilerplate templates. It also work as a CI as a service, CD as a service, where we can do the deployment activities. We can do have a integrated deployment pipelines. We can integrate our codes there. We can manage with the dependency sites as well, right? And we have a API management side, API explorers, and we have the also the logs and the diagnostics as well. Even here, we can manage the SRE matrices, alerts, component views from the IDP. And basically, there are the three ways that we can interact to the IDP, like the user interference, the APIs, and the CLIs, and the all the different tasks that we can do. Uh, yeah, we can manage the orchestration part, environment management, deployment management side. So everything we can do uh, with the IDP. So these work like as a concept model here. Now let's move to the next slide. So now let's talk about the potential ways to adopt the IDP. So there's a three ways like you can adopt the IDP platform. First, you can just build it from the scratch, where you have your the in-house tools and the existing tech toolings. Even like you have an options like what are the your business priorities, and you can build it from your own way. You will be have a complete control over the platforms, and there you will be control over the costing part as well. And there are the different companies already they have built it at their from the scratch. uh, the second options, you can build it by from market. There are the multiple options available right now. So you can just purchase it, the licensing part, and you can use to start the IDP. You have like different benefits, like you don't need to wait for the years to your that your basically platform would be mature. You will get all of the benefits related to the securities and the different kind of offerings that platforms basically offer. You need to don't need to like manage the infrastructures and their costs. So just you need to focus on your adoptions, like here what how you want to adopt that platform basically. Third is the orchestration tools. Like there are the different kind of tools available. The of course the Backstage is becoming the one of the tool where it offers some kind of offer the pluggable plugins where you can just pick that plugins. You can integrate with your platform. So Backstage is basically the open source platform where you can use it. You can integrate your plugins, you can integrate your existing tech tooling with that. You have that like capability where you can create your different kind of software templates, and you can use that one. So these are the some different ways you can adopt the IDP right now. Now let's move to the next slide. So here I will discuss about the critical factors that will help you to choose the right IDP adoption models. Like you should buy it or you should build it. So there are these are some major and the important factors that mostly depends on like you want to build it or buy the ITP model. So first is the cost, where of course the cost is the one of the major and the important factor where you need to decide it, because if you need to build it, so you need to take care of that. What are the critical business requirements, and according to you need to invest it. And of course, there are the your higher management should also like believe in yourself, that you whatever the product and whatever the adoption models that you have choose it, is this correct or is this wrong, basically. So the cost is the one of the important factors that you need to keep in mind before adopting the IDP. Second is about the use case suitability. So your the business requirements that we discussed about. So you want to like use IDP for your deployment purposes, or you just use it for focus on your the onboarding processes for the developers. So that you need to be think on that. The maintenance is one of the factors. Is the operation teams and the DevOps teams you have enough who can manage and maintains the this particular portal. So if you go with the like built adoption model, otherwise you can just buy it directly, and everything would be managed by the service provider. And third, four is the control, because some of the organizations they want control of the product or platforms at their end. So this is also one of the factors that you need to be think before moving to choose the adoption model here. Now, if I will talk about the business outcomes and the benefits, so of course, you have once if you adopt the IDP and you will start to look on that, your productivity will improve. You can speed up your business's processes by the workflows, by the standard templates. You can manage it. You can centrally manage all the services within a one umbrella, and of course, it is a become really easy for the teams to debug the failures and the errors coming to the applications at the same platforms. So the developers teams also don't need to like look in the other portals. And so this is the some of the business outcomes on that. Then if I will talk about the benefits, so different stakeholder will get the different benefits. The platform teams, like who the comprise of ops teams and the DevOps teams, makes the platform efficient, and the self-service for the development teams, and as well as they can operate or automate the repetitive tasks, and they relieve the workload touches. So operation teams and DevOps teams will be like development teams. We don't need to rely much on that. They can have like these teams, platform teams will provide a self-service features for the development teams, and they can use it. Even the platform teams do their tasks with the help of these platforms. The that we already discussed about the rely on the operation parts, so development teams will get the self-service feature with the help of the IDP. The third one is the, of course, the client is the important things that they will get some their product faster with a lesser cost. Software releases become more stable and the frequent. And companies will have one kind of a good developer experience portal. They like basically they have some kind of pre-plans, and they will start the projects to quickly go with their less efforts right now. So this is so far in this sessions. If you have any questions or doubts or any recommendations regarding my presentations, so that I have already like provide my the mail ID and the LinkedIn channel, so you can ping me. We will really happy to. I will just connect with you guys. So thank you very much.